Hello, Music 271 students. This is a video for class time for Monday, March 23rd. We are going to be looking at a class handout called, it's 18.6. It's from chapter 18, Workbook, and it's 18.6. So I have it up on the screen right now, and you should be able to see that right here. You should find it in this package. If you don't have that, you can also download it from Learn. If you're having problems, of course, you can always email me. Okay, so you now know all your instrumental melodic figures, and so we're going to apply this to first an example in chapter 18. So that's what we're doing now. I'm going to have a second video that's going to be applying the instrumental figures to something in chapter 20 that also includes a harmonic analysis. So in this case, this is just an instrumental duet where there's not the same worry about chord progression. So we're not thinking harmonically about chord progression, we're thinking about counterpoint. So this exercise was built on the rules of our basic counterpoint, where if we go by step, we can be dissonant, but if we do any kind of a leap, it has to be consonant. So it's really based on those basic consonance and dissonance rules without thinking about the harmonic progression and the rules of how tonal harmony goes. So this is really how duets started coming about from the Baroque period. So you often had these really busy melodies, and it was all based on counterpoint. And this is two-voice counterpoint. So let me just play this example for you first. I have it loaded up here. Sorry, it's not a live performance. It's played through Finale, so the sound isn't great. But here is what this sounds like. Okay, so that should be very Baroque sounding to you. All right, so now you should have this assignment in front of you. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to very poorly, but use some annotation tools, and I'm going to show you how to analyze this. So the instructions say an instrumental duet for viola and cello is given below. Bracket and name the melodic figures in both voices. Above the upper line, sorry, some funny things going on here. So above the upper line and below the lower line, we are not going to do the second part of this assignment. Okay, so we're not going to do any of this. So I'm just going to kind of cross it out because that's not really important. This is sort of in-class work. Okay, so sorry for the scribbles, but I'm going to be scribbling all over this, so I'm not going to be worrying about it. All right, so remember, when you're looking for melodic figures, well, I haven't actually told you about this yet. I want you to start always looking downbeat to downbeat. So we're going to look first for 5-note melodic figures, downbeat to downbeat. Then we're going to look for 4-note within the beat melodic figures, and then we're going to look for 3-note and 4-note melodic figures that are even smaller. So now I say that, and then we begin with, and we have 2 half notes. So in this case, this is going to be a downbeat to downbeat 3-note melodic figure. There's no other way to do this. So if we look downbeat to downbeat, we have 2 half notes. We have a skip and then a step. This is our skip step figure, okay? This is going to be a little bit annoying. I'm going to have to move this down a little bit. Okay, so we would name this then skip step. Sorry, this is just how. Okay, there's the first one done. Okay, so now we have one where we have 4 quarter notes in the measure, and this is where I want us to start applying our rules. So first, look for your 5-note melodic figure. So let's go downbeat to downbeat. Now that's a second. So you should have handy one of those 2 worksheets that I've had you do in the last, like the class on March 13th, as well as the class of the class today. So we've now gone through the melodic figures. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go back and make sure you know the instrumental melodic figures. And so watch some of those videos. So for our 5-note melodic figures, when we have a second, there is only one that is possible for that, and that would be our double neighbor. This is definitely not a double neighbor. So this is not a 5-note melodic figure. Okay, so now we'll go to the next one and we'll look within the beat. So is this a 4-note melodic figure? We have a leap of a fourth, a leap of a third, and then a leap of a sixth. This is in fact a version of our 4-note broken chord. So then we can do this and say, okay, this is a within the beat broken chord. Okay, let's go to the next one. Again, we start with 5 notes. So downbeat to downbeat. Again, it's a second. The only one we can do for a second is that double neighbor. This is definitely not a double neighbor. Again, it's the same figure that we saw before. This is another one of our 4-note broken chords, okay? And we name that again. Okay, and I'm using red, by the way, because I want this to be really clear. If you guys are finding the red really difficult to see, let me know and I can switch the colors so that it's better. Okay, next one. Again, we have 4 quarter notes in this measure. So then again, let's look downbeat to downbeat. Again, it's a second. Again, it's not a double neighbor. It's close, but it's not. So then let's look within the beat again and look at that. We have a prime embellishment. And this is one of the prime embellishments from our vocal figures, okay? Okay, next measure. Again, we have 2 half notes. So this is gonna be a 3-note downbeat to downbeat melodic figure. So we have a leap down of a third and a leap up of a fourth. What melodic figure is that? You're correct. It's a double skip. Okay, so this one is a double skip. Okay, and again, 4 quarter notes. Let's look downbeat to downbeat. To here, very close to being that double neighbor. Again, that's the only one that's allowed. It's not though, so let's go within the beat. And again, we find another prime embellishment. Okay. And I want you to look carefully at this one. So now we have a half note in here. So this means we're gonna have a 4-note because we have to go downbeat to downbeat. So in this case, we go up a third and then over the bar line that gets all the way over to the other line, we go down a step. So that's our 4-note skip step. Okay. We call that a 4-note skip step. Okay, so I'm just going to do the upper line of this for the video. I'm now going to do the bass, so the cello part, which moves a little bit less frequently than the viola part because it's the bottom line, but it still has some nice movement, and we still have some measures that have 4 quarter notes in them. Okay, so let's first start from the beginning, downbeat to downbeat. That's one of our favorites, one that we see all the time. And this, in fact, is a 3-note passing. Oh, I'm not happy with what that decided to do there. Let's just delete that and I'll do this again. It sometimes likes to decide it knows better than me what I want. Ah, there we go. Okay, now we have another 3-note because we only have 3 pitches here, downbeat to downbeat. And this one, we're repeating a note and then moving by step in this case, but it could be anywhere. What's that one? As I'm drawing the line, it is a repetition. Okay. Now let's do the next one. So this, in fact, is now we have 4 quarter notes. So we again look downbeat to downbeat. Again, it's a second. The only second is our double neighbor. It's definitely not that. So let's look within the beat And here we have a broken chord just like the viola. Okay, so let me, it's not happy with me here. There we go. Okay, within the beat. Broken chord. Okay, and again, downbeat to downbeat. In this time we have a third. There's a bunch of options for a third, but what we see here is not one of them. In fact, you should be able to start recognizing this by now. There's another one where we have a within the beat 4-note instrumental broken chord. Okay, another 4-quarter note, so downbeat to downbeat a second. Again, it's not that double neighbor. And so we look within the beat and we have that prime embellishment. That comes from our vocal figures. This is a really common figure in instrumental music. Okay, and here we have now 2 half notes. So again, this is going to be a downbeat to downbeat 3-note vocal figure, leap, a leap of a third and leap of a fourth. That's our double skip. Okay, and the final one here is, again, we go downbeat to downbeat. So we have a C going to a D up. It's again not the double neighbor, so let's look within the beat here. And again, we see another one of our within the beat whats, broken chords. Very good. Okay, there's the first line. That's all I'm going to do for this video. You can complete the rest of this. I will then save it, and so you can save it as a key so you can double check your work and see if you finished the rest of it off all right. And again, if you have any questions, send me an email or visit me in my office hours if you have more questions about this. But that's it for the workbook 18.6, which is from your in-class handouts package.